What are atoms made of? What's going on inside these fuzzy balls of charge? Well, at the centre of an atom is a tiny nucleus, where the atom's mass is concentrated. Positively charged protons and electrically neutral neutrons bound together by the strong nuclear force. A force so strong that it can overcome the electrostatic repulsion of the positive protons, and so bind the nucleus together. Surrounding the nucleus is the electron cloud, a region of fast-moving electrons that makes up the volume of the atom. These negatively charged electrons are attracted to the positively charged protons because opposite charges attract. But it's the number of protons in the nucleus, the atomic number, that's most important. It's the unique signature that tells us what type of atom, what elements we have. So an atom with 6 protons is always carbon, 7 protons and we call it nitrogen, 8 protons and we call it oxygen. The number of electrons in an atom is the same as the number of protons, which balances the positive and negative charges to make the atom electrically neutral. So a fluorine atom with its 9 protons will have 9 electrons, and a neon atom with its 10 protons will have 10 electrons. The neutrons bound together with the protons in the nucleus are electrically neutral, so they don't affect the charge of the atom. But they do affect the mass. Protons and neutrons have a mass of about 1 atomic mass unit, or AMU. But electrons are tiny in comparison, almost 2,000 times lighter. So it's the protons and neutrons that make up the atom's mass. And while the atomic number gives the number of protons, the mass number gives the total number of protons and neutrons in the nucleus. We summarize all this with the atom's nuclide symbol. And we can list the components of any atom given its nuclide symbol. This lithium atom has a mass number of 7. The atomic number of 3 tells us that lithium atoms have 3 protons. The difference between the mass number and the atomic number tells us that this lithium atom has 4 neutrons. And since the atom is electrically neutral, the atom has 3 electrons to balance the charges. This chlorine atom has a mass number of 35. The atomic number of 17 tells us that chlorine atoms have 17 protons. The difference between the mass number and the atomic number gives 18 neutrons. And since the atom is electrically neutral, the atom has 17 electrons to balance the charges. So, in this video, we've looked at the subatomic particles that make up atoms, protons, neutrons, and electrons. And we've seen how these subatomic particles contribute to the charge, mass, and volume of an atom. We've also learned about the atomic number and mass number of an atom. And we've used these to list the subatomic particles given its nuclide symbol.